Heading out to do, I don't know, I got like 7 more missions to do, something like that. And I'll get my next special.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, hauling definitely gets you the specials the fastest. For faction standing, for corporate standing, security.
Warp drive active.
Lepiran. And Scheffler, thank you for the follow.
Warp drive active.
I've been averaging 8 or 9 minutes
Warp drive
per mission.
active.
That is way faster than anything you could do in security missions. What do we got for lunch? Some pizza.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
So, agent, distribution, quest mission, another one to LOSEC. All right, we're going to decline it. It's going to give me another hit on things. So, another negative 041 on this one. Kadari State, negative 0.001. That hurts when I'm so high here. 0.001. Well, so far I think it's doable and everything.
drive active. Warp drive active.
It'd be interesting to see, you know, the standings increase against these decreases, especially on the drive to Caldari State.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I'm worried mostly about the faction standing. I'm not worried so much about the corp standing.
Warp drive active.
I think this is actually way quicker than I expected it would be for
Warp drive active.
getting faction stuff. Yeah, I think I need to do 5 more. It offered another special.
Warp drive active.
These are level 4 distribution missions. And I've been turning down any low-sec ones, all low-sec ones. We'll just see
Warp drive
how,
active.
after I've done the next special that has affected the overall standings. You know, whether or not it can still be you know, good to do that. I think though that you get high enough in faction, it might
Docking
not
permission
work out well,
requested.
but I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Docking request accepted.
So I'm not using a deep space transport for any of them. I'm using Tech 1 ships if it's too big for this. All right, here's another one we're turning down. Well, this will be interesting to see how things are affected overall. That's the third one I've taken a hit on, so it's the fourth one I've turned down. Well, it's a good test to see how that's going to play out.
Warp drive active.
In honor of hauling today, the giveaway is Ruby Sungazer Octour skin. Exclamation point giveaway to get in on that. And hello, Yesterben.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
It goes to 24th Imperial Crusade spot. Faction Warfare Station.
Warp drive active.
But it's in HISAC, so, which is interesting. Most of them are not. Don't even have stuff here. Don't, but a lot of times I have stuff sitting at these stations for the redemption of LP.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Completed. Back.
Warp drive active. drive active.
Damon, yes, we're doing hauling missions. Kind of doing a standings blitz here.
Warp drive active.
Person was telling me that they do these on autopilot in a deep space transport.
Warp drive
Suppose you could.
active.
None of them are going into areas that are, you're not going through any trade hubs or whatnot.
Oh yeah, another dragon boarding the train. All aboard? Choo choo.
Love the
Steffi,
show.
Warp
nice to
drive
see you.
active.
All right, about 4,330 gold. Everybody here, in your honor. Thank you for that. Haven't seen you in a little while. All right, I'm gonna step away for just a moment. Be right
Docking
back. I'm just gonna go
permission
grab another
requested.
drink.
Docking request accepted.
Been watching on YouTube? Oh, all right. Yeah, I've been posting a lot on YouTube, huh? It's been good. It's worked out well, I think. All right. Easy one. Get the Duke Nukem voice for notifications. I asked him to record them for me. That is
Warp
how.
drive active.
And he did. He recorded a bunch of stuff for me.
Warp drive active.
So just like, what, 3 more missions and I'll get offered a special? Something like that. That's about where I'm at.
Warp drive active.
And then we'll see what the standings look like.
Warp drive active.
Hoping it works out positive. I'm pretty sure it's going to, but we'll see.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
We need back.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
This is we gonna do like on a laptop or something while watching TV or whatnot. Especially if I can prove that turning down low sec missions are an okay tactic that won't take too much of a standings hit from turning them down. And we're gonna find that out here.
Warp
I
drive
do, I think,
active.
3 more missions, something like that. I'll get offered a special. We'll do the special and then we'll see where we're at with all standings.
Warp drive active.
What I don't know is if there's a point when you get high enough where you start going backwards. I know at lower levels you're probably going to move up even with turning down missions, but I have a little bit of concern that if you're up in the 8 or 9 range on your faction
Docking permission
standings,
requested. Docking request
that
accepted.
how much of a hit it's actually going to result in on them compared to the, you know, the up stats. $7,200. All right, can do that with this one. Notice a floating panel have in the map. It's hidden from me. Floating panel, world control panel. When you go into your F10 map, help you find it. It doesn't always show up. You gotta exit out and come back in again. I don't usually use F10 for my map. This is the world control panel. Yeah. Hit F10 again and bring it up again. Sometimes I have to close the map and bring it up again. Sometimes that panel does not appear.
Warp drive active.
We could have this. Is it possible to set this in a window? It doesn't look like it. I was thinking maybe you could set it, accidentally have set it to where it's always on top. I don't see any settings for that.
Warp drive active.
Let's see. Mac Macross and Tasco Du Barbosa. Thank you for the follows. Welcome.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Start conversation. Complete mission. Yes, I'm sharing it with the other guys. Well, heading back.
Warp drive active.
Oh yeah, another dragon boarding the train. All
Norte.
aboard! Choo choo.
39 months as a sub.
39. There are many sub anniversaries, but this one is mine.
1170 gold. Everybody here in Decnarte's honor. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. Appreciate the support.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
What to set my destination on this? Right. I think just one more after this. We got offered the special.
Warp drive active.
Fit in this ship. Is it an iffy use? Itty? Tier 1 industrial. If they don't fit into this. I put 2 new fits on EWB today, Dumb Trucker and Schlep, that are both
Warp drive active.
tier 1 fits. They're really cheap for this, if they don't fit.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
Right, and when I've done enough missions to do the special, I'll probably be offered the special before I get back to the base.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Hopefully when I am offered the special, there is one that I probably would not accept, which is doing a special against one of the other factions. I'd have to really evaluate that. Standings hits.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active. active.
Next mission is the one that'll be 16. Unless it does some sort of funky math where it actually takes one away from me whenever I decline one, other than just not adding one, but it actually takes an extra one away. I don't think there's any funky stuff like that, but who knows? I do not make a general habit of declining
Warp drive
missions.
active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
You could do like security missions where you only take anomics and you turn everything else down. I wonder what would happen to your standings. Interesting question. Oh well, we're turning this one down. Few hits I've taken. I mean, I'm from these that I've taken negative 0.42, 0.41, 0.43, 0.42. And then 0.001 on Caldari State on each of these. And same thing on Mar Empire. Man, I'm turning down another one. Okay. This may not work out well turning down so many of them, but I'm going to continue doing what I said I was going to do. Turn them down if they're low sec.
Warp drive active.
So it's been, turning this many down, it's been like, we're doing 16 and I've turned down 4 of them now. It's 5 turn downs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 of them. Holy cow.
Warp drive active.
So 6 of them. At this rate, it might be every other one is low sec. Figured out your problem with the map? Have you tried restarting your client? Like completely shutting it down, shut down the launcher, relaunch.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I'm using the classic star map option that I'm using. You don't have to decline Specials, you can ignore them, they'll expire without standing loss. It'll cause the game to skip you to another storyline agent when you get the next special offer. Oh. Interesting.
Warp drive active.
So the new star map doesn't have that? Oh yeah, I use only the classic. I much rather have my map in 2D than 3D.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Warp drive active.
These hits. Man, I think I'm going backwards in this. I mean, at least in the standings here have been 6.57. I'm currently 6.51. But I was in this. Well, I didn't think I'd have so many missions I'd have to turn down either. I am more worried about my faction standing than I am about my corporate standing, but still, they both matter.
Warp drive active. Warp drive active.
The question is, am I having a bad run of luck, or is this a pattern that every person... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know, a run of, 16 runs is not a big enough sampling to actually have statistical relevancy. It's really a guess at that point.
Active.
You need, it's best to have like 1,000. 100, you could start to make something on it. It also could depend on my location and how many systems I have around me that are low sec compared to how many systems are high sec. And the number that you get that are low sec could depend on how close low sec is to you. So it could be that you know, are any of the mission run locations
Docking permission requested.
where
Docking
it takes 6 jumps to
accepted.
get to Losec? The answer is probably there are none. But I just wonder if it will just, you know, offer whatever's in the region or not. You know, based something on that, like even if you chose one that was 6 jumps away, then you're just doing more jumps whenever you're doing the low-sec ones. So, all right, obviously my count was off. The last one wasn't the one to kick off a special.
Warp drive active.
So we can make an educated guess at the end of today, just off observation, but statistically it won't be accurate.
Warp drive active.
Hits up, thank you for the follow, welcome.
Warp drive active.
Are these ships do haul items? Yeah, this is a little industrial ship called a blockade runner. It specializes in hauling things. It can do some probing if you're probing planets, or you're doing stuff like exploration, some exploration stuff. But it doesn't have everything needed for doing other stuff. Although I suppose you could do some hacking in this, right? That would be a little
Docking
weird,
permission
but
requested.
it
Docking
does have
request
mid
accepted.
slots. I wonder if I could put a Zugma in there or something. I don't know, but you wouldn't have any bonuses to it. The ship doesn't have any bonuses for anything like that, and it does matter.
Warp drive active.
Expecting a special to come out anytime now.
Warp drive active.
What happened with the gravel? My house, it's all still there. We did pull some of it up and found that
Warp drive
it's
active.
literally like 6 inches thick in some spots. They laid this matting down on the ground, which with the heat from the rocks and everything has killed the soil. soil actually turned gray, even though it's dirt. So it's going to be a lot of work to get that backyard back in shape.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. It's all gravel back there. There's even gravel under some of the grass. But yeah, we had somebody from the University of Florida come out and help
Docking
us
permission
take a
requested.
look at it
Docking
and
request
everything.
accepted.
And they suggested that we plant bamboo out there, clumping bamboo, not running bamboo, and get some of the stuff that's taller that'll grow 70 or 100 feet tall, and we can shade within 5 years. We can have the house shaded, and that'll cut down on our electricity bill, which is $700 a month right now in the summer. It's crazy. Yeah, we have a lot of sandy soil here too.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so our house, 3,000 square feet, and you know, it's a really old house. It's designed to breathe a bit, and so the air conditioner works a lot harder. We keep it set at 78 most of the time, which is high for, you know, a lot of people keep their house at 72 around here. Stuff. We've just acclimated to being a little bit warmer. And
Warp drive active.
even with that, about the lowest it's been in a month. We haven't had to use very much energy. It's been around 350. There's the special. All right. It's been around 350. And so, but we've had last 3 months been $700, about $700 each. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. You know, it surprised us. We did not, we didn't plan or budget for that. We're gonna switch the upstairs over to mini splits. There'll be 3 mini splits, and then we'll be able to take out the whole AC unit for the upstairs. The AC unit for the upstairs is more than half of the electrical cost. Mini splits will be much more efficient. But, you know, it's going to cost us $5 or $6 grand to put in 3 mini splits that are capable of handling the amount of heat we get. So we have 2 units, one for upstairs, one for downstairs. The one upstairs works way harder than the one downstairs. In fact, my office, I have an extra one that's in my office here that runs while I'm doing the show, because I don't want to turn down the upstairs one lower even. Otherwise it gets too hot in my office. What are mini splits? Yeah, they're like individual room things. They go in the wall, hooked to an outside unit. They're very common in Europe. Not as common here in the United States, but getting more common. And they're just much more efficient.
Docking request accepted.
And then we'll be able to control the rooms. Like, I won't have to have, you know, anything going on in my office when I'm not here. So if it gets up to 90 degrees in here, it'd be fine. Won't hurt anything. All right, so we're completing this mission. And then we're going to go find out what the special is. And yeah, it says this one's offered. It's mining. Is it Kernite? It is. Oh, but it's at this other place. That's not where I have my Kernite at. So this one's at a different place. Yeah, so I have to go get a different ship. Grab Kernite and then go over there. All right. House have insulation? The answer is yes and no. It has some. It was built in 1900.
Warp drive active.
Like, one thing about the downstairs, the floor is not very well insulated, especially in the front room. When it's really hot outside, you can feel the warmth on the floor. There are a lot of things that we can do here to make it a little bit better, but we also have to not disrupt the breathability of the house, because like part of the reason that we got this house cheaper was that it had 3 roof leaks coming into the house that had been going for a year. And but when we checked on whether or not it was causing mold issues, it wasn't, because those leaks would dry up very quickly after they happened. And that's just testament to the breathability of the house and the way that houses were built before AC. So when we have all hardwood here, it's all old growth. Well, most of it's hardwood. There is some pine in here. And so, you know, we can't like fully insulate everything 100%, because then what'll happen is that the house won't breathe, and then you face mold issues like you do whenever you got like one of those Florida boxes. The house that we lived in Wesley Chapel, it was one of those, and it was sealed tight, and my electricity was less, even though it was the same square footage and typically a little hotter down there. But when we had Hurricane Irma come through, it was a high-end Category 1, low-end Category 2 when it went right over us. Still had a fully developed eye wall and everything. And we had a day of like 80-mile-an-hour winds going at the front of the house, and it pushed water into every single crack in the house. And so we had quite a bit of water, every room that faced that side of the house, and it all molded up. Like 3 days later, we were wondering if we were going to have to move out for a little while. And so the walls had to be ripped out and everything and redone.
Docking permission requested.
And here we just had that Hurricane Iradiva. What was it called? It wrecked. The hurricane wrecked Rushlock's stuff. His power was out for a week, and his internet was out for 2 or 3 weeks. And anyway, we had some winds here and stuff. We didn't really have much leaking, but if we had, then we would have been fine because it would have dried up. So it's really a trade-off. You know, and I don't want to rip all the walls open stuff. I mean, as we're doing things, if we have to open up a wall and there's no insulation in it, we may put insulation in it or not. Depends.
Warp drive active.
So here we have so many rooms downstairs that that we probably would never be able to use mini splits downstairs. Probably have to have a central AC. But upstairs we only have 3 rooms. And so anyway, that should work. Downstairs, here's something pretty incredible. Our main hallway downstairs has 15 doors. 15 doors, I kid you not. We have a lot of rooms here. It's not 15 rooms down there, but there are 15 doors. And we have French doors too, and I'm counting the French doors, which are double doors, just as 1.
Warp drive active.
I actually don't know how many doors we have in the house. It's a lot. I'll have to count sometime. Because, you know, back when this house was built, you would just heat the rooms that needed it. And so there's, so you're able to close off every room.
Warp drive active.
Our house, the first one says had real wood doors. Heavy, yes. Got all real wood doors. Very well built. All of them but one, I think, are original to the house. We have 2 pocket doors in the house as well as 3 sets of French doors. And the regular,
Docking
rest of them
permission
are regular
requested.
doors.
Docking request accepted.
Now I'm gonna have to go count how many doors we have in the house. I wonder. Alright, well I may as well take this with me too. Forgot to bring that loot back. Here I thought it was going to be the same one giving me the
Warp drive
missions
active.
each time, but I guess not. We'll finish this and then we'll see where we're at. See if we've made progress on, or if we've gone backwards on standings from turning down 5 out of 16. Or if there's 5 turn downs, it means we've actually turned down 6. First one was free. Zeteron Mark 5. Probably the longest, thinnest ship in the game. Pencil.
active. Warp drive active.
The Europe, house made from bricks and reinforced concrete and is airtight. Don't have any problems with mold. Yeah, well, if it's built right, the stuff they build here nowadays is all airtight. New houses, and you have to have that AC running, or you got problems. In fact, one of the things they do is they do marble windowsills in the new houses, because condensation comes down the windows and then drips onto the windowsill, and so they got them as marble so that they're not rotting. Oh, our house is all wood.
Warp drive active.
All right, we're gonna turn this in, and then we're gonna take a look at standings, see if this plan is working out or not. Why not use a dehumidifier? Probably could. But we still need AC here too. I mean, Christmas Day, I don't know what the translation is into temperatures in Celsius, but we're still I remember a few Christmases where we're in the mid 80s to high 80s for Fahrenheit temperature. It's like end of December. All right. Offered. Accept. Complete it. Yes. All right. Close that. And then, gave me a different implant. All right, good. Nice. How nice. And Okay, so let's see what the standings are here. So I got this. This is the first time I've done anything for Imperial Armaments, yes. Okay, nothing else went down there. Emperor family, that didn't. Yeah, that was from the previous stuff. So, on down on all these Galante Federation. It says it went down, but it doesn't really show a status change for today. And this is 0.088 for Thunker. And 0.083 for Ore. 0.085 for Minmatar. Society Conscious Thought, 0.01. Shove, 0.012. Those are negative. And then Evermore is... I could swear it just had a plus sign there. It's negative 0.001. Okay, Amari Empire. Plus 2.15. Okay. So for the Amar stuff here, I mean, so here's where I was before, 5.15, and now I'm 5.36. These are from each one of the turn downs here. So no matter what, this is higher. This is a positive. And it's a pretty good positive. So I'm happy about that. Kanad Kingdom, even though it's derived modification, 0.077, which has taken me way up. And then Amatar Mandate, also, it's way up. Caldari State. Okay, so this one is interesting. Caldari State, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 0.001, and then from completing that, I got derived positive 0.006. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We actually turned down 6. So I would actually say, because the first one was free, but if I was going to keep doing this all day, I don't get another free one for another 2 hours or something like that. So this would have been even. So 7.67 and 7.67. Now what I've wondered is when the number goes down and it's like a 0.001, if I'd gone up by 0.001, with the way that the math works, because Icelandic math can be really different, with the way that the math works in here with your social skills and the bonuses on that, like, do the bonuses apply to the negatives as well as the positives? And so if I had taken, I'm going to say that they're treated equally at this point, because my standings are actually the same. But I think that if I had taken another negative 0.001, that I would not be, let's see, 001. Yeah, okay, so I could still be at the 7.67. In fact, I could have remained at that this whole time. What does this say? 7.67, 7.66, 7.66, 7.66, 7.66, and then the positive, and it goes back up to 7.67. So I suppose CCP Math should be its own university course. I don't disagree. It doesn't only, I can tell you this, having worked with CCP for almost 20 years now, I can tell you that the math internally is sometimes this way as well in the business stuff. And I've had to adapt what I think I know to be right to use their method so that I get the right numbers that jive with them so that they're happy. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes I look at it and I don't understand it. But if I apply the same principles that they're using to like my spreadsheets and stuff, then I can come up with the same numbers as they do. But it's not the way that I was taught in school to do it, or the way that I think maybe in America we do it differently. But math should still be math. Math to me is like universal. That's like the universal language. 1 + 1 is 2. Or so you would think. With social skills, it can be 2.5. So, anyway, yeah. So, wait, what, D-Lag? If you understand Asherothi correctly, he thinks that there might be a recalculation with standing soon, since the whole thing with Deathless requires perfect standings, which is not possible. What does that mean? Okay, so if Atharashi is looking at that, Atharashi is really smart when it comes to Eve and Eve lore, legend, history, all that stuff. And so there's probably something to be said about what he's saying. But there's also another thing with that too, which is that the gates, it appears that there's a financial charge of 100 million ISK to go through the new Jovian gates. And I'm suspecting that these weird numbers that we're seeing on this stuff are just put in place to keep people from interacting. And that those weird numbers will go away when the gates open. We're probably going to find out more during FanFest. So, yeah. I only have one character that has a couple of 10.0s. It's my Markee Dragon character, and they're both in the Kaldari realm. None of the rest of them have a 10.0, and those are just corporate. I don't have any faction 10s. The highest faction I've got on anybody is this guy. And he's 8.5 Galante Federation and 8.46 Minmatar Republic. And that's because he did so much faction warfare. He's a general in faction warfare. Well, was. He's not in faction warfare anymore. He still has the general title, though. And as you can see here, even though I've been turning down missions, you see that for Emperor Family, his stuff's only going up. The other ones don't. They don't take the hits like the one turning the stuff down. So, yeah. Right. So interesting. I got another thing that's very interesting here. This mission right here, this derived modification that was 0.043 plus, that was yesterday from a special. Why is this one only 0.006 and this one was 0.043? They both were the exact same mission, which is the war parts where you turn in the Kernite. It's very interesting because, I think that more testing is needed on this. I think we need to get another special. At least work towards that. If we don't hit it today, we can hit it tomorrow. We need to see what happens on the next one. to be more sure of what's going on here. So, all I've done is take Mortis Legion down. All right, well, that one doesn't matter to me as much, but so very, very interesting. My Amar Empire is up just fine. I got 0.215 here and 0.215 here. Why is the derived different? There must be some sort of relationship modifier between the one special mission agent and the other. Must be something like that. That's what I can think of. And then Emperor Family 6.52, and so here was our highest 6.54, and we're at 6.52 from those turndowns. So I did not increase on this one. All right. So, all right, we're going to do more missions. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in another episode.